Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. You ever just felt like you hit rock bottom? Like everything in your life is just going completely wrong? You just want to give up. You feel like you have no purpose left for yourself in life anymore. So, what if you had to feel that way for 5 years straight, let's say? Every day you woke up, you constantly have this same feeling over your head. You feel like there's a heavy cloud, a cloud that's just full of rain, thunder, and lightning that's just holding over your head, walking around you everywhere you go for 5 years straight. Since 2015, I have been feeling this way. From first leaving to come and endure my college career, August 2015, there hasn't been nothing less of roller coaster, nothing less of problems and issues and feeling like it is the end. From traveling all the way to Georgia, being from Ypsilanti, Michigan, I have no family, no friends here. I didn't know anyone, so I was pretty much just on my own. Um, I had to get a job so that I'd be able to work because I didn't come from a family that was just full of money and resources. It wasn't that way for me. So I had to figure out, how to survive for myself. Then other matters came into fact as far as, conceiving and terminating. And then we can fast forward, to 2016 when I became a sophomore in college. I was still going through things. I had a lot of family deaths from my great grandmother passing. My other great grandmother passed away. Both of my aunts passed away. My both of my great grandfathers passed away, and then my grandfather passed away, and my best friend, her brother, passed away as well. So all of these deaths really took a toll on me and my head and my well-being because I was super close to those family members and to those people. So that really affected me, and not only being 800 miles away from my family and from my home, I didn't have anybody to grieve or share that pain with. I had to deal with that on my own and still be able to matriculate through school and walk around and act normal. And I couldn't bear it. I couldn't bear it. It put a lot of pain inside of me. That was a struggle. That was a struggle. And that also affected my attention span. That put my focus somewhere else and not where it needed to be. So tragedy, that was a big part of the entire thing. That's really what set it off for me. Because on top of trying to live, day to day for myself, have money, still paying other bills on the side. I had to pay my phone bill, all that good stuff. And still trying to have the college experience, still trying to have fun. So that also, puts you in a different element because now you're partying, you're having a good time, you're forgetting about the worries, but you're also forgetting about the reason that you're here. And all of that in one can affect everything that you have going on. So, we can fast forward to 2017. We move off campus, we got us an apartment, things are going okay. They're better than before. It's still some ups and downs. Now we have a roommate. Okay, so then my roommate, she gets this guy, and things just go bad. We have a big fallout. She has her stuff going on, I have my stuff going on. She ended up getting kicked out of school, and I was still in school. I was still going. things did get hard for me, due to my family, my tragedy and stuff. So my grades ended up slipping. They got really bad. I was placed onto academic probation. It's not good. It's not good. That's the reason why I'm here. I've traveled 800 miles away from home, to come to college and get a degree, and I'm messing up. You know, it might seem like, it was excuses, but these things are real life. Everyone deals with it. We all have our struggles, we all have our trials and tribulations, but everyone deals with them differently. And so, my car ended up getting repossessed, so I didn't have a car. I was fortunate enough, to use my cousin's car so I could still travel to work and to school. But eventually he came back for it, so that became an issue. I had decided I wanted to change my major because, I wasn't happy with where I was at and what I was doing. I was a psychology major. Don't get me wrong, I liked psychology, but I'm all about happiness. I'm a person who believes in true happiness. If you are not happy with yourself, with the energy you have, with your personality, what you put out, if you're not happy with the things that you're doing and the people around you, it'll never work. It will never work. You will never be able to progress and move on in life. If there's no true happiness within, why are you doing it? If it doesn't make you happy, it's not for you. And that's just something that I've always believed in. That's something I will always continue to believe in. So I felt like there was somewhere else I needed to be. My attention needed to be somewhere else. There was something else out there for me that I had more of a passion for, that I loved more, that I knew would make me happy, and it might be a push, something that I needed that would get my head back into the right space. And that is what I did. I changed my major to speech communications and theater arts. So I had a huge passion for makeup. At this time, I had started knowledging myself more on makeup, and I created my own business. I call myself a makeup artist, and I just try to, go with that. So I was going to use that, as my focus, as my start, and also then, with my career path, it will go hand in hand. So then, we can fast forward to 2018. I'm moving to a new place. And, it's higher rent. I don't have a car now. So I'm further away from school. I'm about 35 minutes away from school. Traveling there is getting hard to get back and forth. I'm spending all of my money on Lyft and Uber. It's just crazy. Like, major debt. I can honestly, truthfully speak, and say that 2018 was the worst year of my life. The worst year. The hardest year. I'm not going to say the worst year. It was the hardest year. But it built me. It built me, my character, for 2019 and for 2020. And we're getting to that. We're getting to that. So, after I changed my major, I was told that I would no longer be graduating May 2019. I would be graduating May 2020. That hurt me. That shut me down, because now I have to spend another year in school. Okay, whatever. We're going to keep it moving. Because it's school. It takes longer for some people. You might not do it in 4 years. So I had to just understand that and talk to myself and make myself feel better within about that specific situation. And so, 2019 came. I did not graduate. I had to move out of my place that I had just moved into, emergencies. I had to come stay with a friend. And I did end up getting a new car, which I was very much grateful for that. And but then a little bit later on, my car ended up getting impounded. Then I got it back, and then it got stolen, and then I got it back, and then it got impounded again. Then I got it back, and then someone decided to bust my windows out on campus, stole all of my things, my laptop, my backpack, everything. I completely had to start over. Um, and through all of that, it was not a 1, 2, 3 step process. It wasn't. It was the hardest process ever to get all of my belongings back. And I couldn't believe it, honestly. But through it all, I continued to remain strong, and I continue to have positive thoughts in my head, continue to have positive energy. I had to put myself around positive people who would encourage me, who could help me progress, who could help me get back to my normal self. I had to understand that in physical and moral battles, even in the fight for your own mind and soul, one person has to struggle in order to succeed. You're going to go through things. But that's the test. That's the test. And that's what's going to help you. I knew that there was something out there that was greater for me that was getting ready to happen. Obviously, that's why I was going through all of these things, and I was ready for it. I didn't know what it was or when it was going to come, but I knew that there was something out there for me. And progress starts with the desire for you to want something to have exceptional value, or the willingness to suffer or sacrifice for it. It's going to be struggle, but it's about how you take that and you put that inside of you, and you use it as a motivator. You use it as a motivator, as a pusher, something to keep you going. So with this new year coming into 2020, I am learning more to embrace my personal, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual growth. Every element you can think of, that's what I'm embracing. I want positive energy. I want good things around me. I'm embracing that. I'm speaking into existence. Which these elements will always continue to have struggles, whether they're purposeful struggles, continuous struggles, or strategic struggles. It doesn't matter. You're always going to go day to day living through those things, but you have to stay strong. Progress lays in the power of believing that you can improve your circumstances, that there is light, there will be a better day. And even when you feel like it's all over, you have a higher purpose. You have to remember that there's a reason for it all. Everything was just a test to see how strong you really are. You'll never be given more than you can handle. Never. And those struggles that I went through, they allowed me to be more powerful of my feelings, more in touch with my relationship with God. And it made me realize a lot of things that I struggle with just as a person, as a human being. And it brought a lot of light to just me and myself, the things that I want better for myself. And I had to learn, that a delay is not a denial. Just because it didn't happen when you wanted it to happen, when you needed it to happen, that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And it might not happen the way that you imagined it or the way that you needed it to, but it happened just enough for you to recognize it and for you to see, and you to take that and do something with it. So, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.